What's going on, guys? You already know who it is, man. It's your boy, Jerry Fit, and we are back to react with this new on the tube, man. What's going on, guys? I hope you guys are having a great Monday, great start to your week, man. Hey, man. God woke us up, man. Can't be more blessed, man. Today, we got a special video, another body cam banger. But it's special because we got Dr. Insanity's Cops Discover card filled with serial killers' victims, man. This shit is insane, bro. Every time we hop on a Dr. Insanity video, bro, something crazy is always bound to go down. I fuck with these videos the most because they kind of focus towards, like, more murders and, like, mysteries. And you guys really fuck with those, and I really fuck with reacting to them. So, yeah, I'm happy to bring them to you as long as you guys want to watch them. So, we're just going to jump right into it. You guys know the drill, man. If you want me to react to any type of video, leave them in the comments down below. Hey, we're posting every day, man. Most consistent reactor on the tube, bro. We haven't missed a day of posting in over a month. We're already at 80 subscribers, man. We're just going to keep growing, bro. I appreciate you guys running up the channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you don't miss any of your favorite videos, man. Yeah, we're just going to jump into it, man. Enough yapping.
Police
You know how it goes. We offer our opinion wherever we feel relevant.
Investigate reports of an abandoned truck. Initially, it seemed like just another routine call with nothing unusual, but that's when it hit them. Inside the truck lay 4 brutalized and dismembered bodies hidden inside boxes. What officers didn't know at the time is that 11 more bodies lay buried in remote areas of the state. An active, twisted serial killer was on the loose, and detectives were already months behind.
Remember the last time you saw him? We stopped Tony first Jackson. Whoever did that was our focus. I tied everything together yesterday when he did that. You know what I mean? Like, I know less than 3, man. I only did taking these other months and take them all to the same place. If you ever came back out to Mexico, would you be willing to take us?
What the fuck? Dude, this one's gonna be crazy, bro. This one's long, man. So grab your popcorn, get your snacks, roll up a little something. Hey, man, it's Monday, bro. Get crazy,
Sunday
get right,
afternoon,
get comfortable.
Police in Branson, New Mexico received a mysterious call. A landlord had just discovered something he described as disturbing while cleaning out an evicted tenant's home. Officers immediately headed to the address to investigate.
This guy hasn't paid us since July, but with COVID going on, we couldn't evict him, so we had nothing but all the problems with him. Anyways, we finally got him to move out, so I see him today. He hasn't come by. We haven't messed with it. When I came by, he says, I'm going to leave you a pile to throw. Well, we didn't know which pile, so we started to load it up. While we were moving some things, and we found this puppy in this box underneath some of the kids' stuff.
I can't fucking, bro. You left that for them to pick up, bro? Nah, dude, imagine you're the fucking tenant, dude. You're moving a fucking dude who hasn't paid you in months out. Already pissed off, dude. You fucking find a dead puppy and shit, dog. Like, what the fuck do you even do after that? I mean, I guess, yeah, I called the cops, dude. What the fuck, though? Dude, that would throw my whole, like,
so
shit off, man.
What the fuck? Because we were going to bury it, and then we see that they had tied a cord on it.
What?
Okay, well, we've had, like I said, nothing but problems with these guys, so I at least want to put a report on file. I know we won't be able to say who did it and when, but that needs to be associated with him, you know, because we're going to take him to court for a lot of other things, and if I can just have that on file, it'll help. Okay?
It was clear the puppy...
This dude isn't even worried about the dog being dead. He's just trying to get his money right. I mean, respect, but, like, dude, damn, bro, I'd be fucking thrown off if I saw that shit. What are you guys doing if you walk in and you see you're clearing out someone's shit and they tell you that they left it for you and you find a dead animal? Not even like a dead dog, a dead animal.
A horrific death. Animal control arrived shortly afterwards and confirmed it had been deliberately tortured, noting a cord tied tightly around its neck. The cruelty of the scene was deeply unsettling, and the officer immediately recognized they were dealing with someone truly twisted.
What the fuck?
That's completely... That's just bad. I just said it. They just really got it's like, that's just kind of cool at all.
Way too crazy, bro. What the fuck possesses you to fucking tie a fucking rope around a dog and try to strangle it, dude? I can't even, like, imagine that shit. Like, watching that shit is sickening.
Yeah, that's what you doing. They went in, they painted everything, their own colors, and that's just what they...
Unfortunately for investigators, the puppy was just the first body, and in the coming days, police would uncover more gruesome scenes, strange disappearances, and disturbing evidence pointing to something far more calculated than anyone expected. That same day, Detective Robert Kearney was assigned a missing persons case involving 19-year-old Matthew Miller. Matthew's grandmother had called 911 a couple of days earlier, worried because she hadn't seen or heard from him in nearly a week. It turned out police were already familiar with Matthew and knew he had previously struggled with substance use, so initially they assumed his disappearance was drug-related. Maybe he overdosed somewhere. But Matthew's family insisted something was different this time and urgently requested to speak with detectives. Trusting their instincts, Detective Kearney decided to visit Matthew's grandmother, where he would discover some unsettling new possibilities.
At least they like actually went, trusted their instincts, you know? It's what cops are supposed to do.
Like, calling around to hospitals, clinics, rehabilitation places, other county jails, to see who's there. So prepare typical words and hope for the best. Okay. So, but I will tell you, I have more than enough to arrest Matthew several times.
Oh.
But he's not one of those people that I want to arrest. Matthew's not going to pull a gun. I don't know, right? To do drugs. Yeah. He's not a cover. And he probably has a little bit of a complex.
What's that mean?
He's that kind of person. And so he's real hesitant to reach out and tell you guys directly to the doctor.
After rehashing some information with Matthew's family, Detective Turney would go on to learn some critical details. Matthew's girlfriend told the family she saw him getting into a vehicle with several other people, including a blonde woman named Jennifer Lynn, someone Matthew had recently been spending time with. He also learned that Matthew often spent time with a close friend named Justin Mata and his girlfriend, Leonie Calzada. All three were known to use drugs together.
You don't find that weird, bro, as a girlfriend? Like, your man is running off doing drugs with other, like, females and other couples? Like, that's mad weird.
Missing new leads, police began searching locations Matthew was known to frequent, and soon enough, they located Matthew's shabby Colorado truck, parked and seemingly abandoned within a few blocks away from Leonie and Justin's residence. The truck was dirty, locked, and appeared to have been parked there for several days. Inside, detectives found clothing and personal belongings, as well as several unsettling items, including a pair of rubber gloves and a shovel lying in the truck's bed.
Bro.
They also found multiple cell phones that were damaged in the front and back seats.
Damn.
It seemed clear Matthew hadn't intended to leave the truck there, and detectives sensed something wasn't right.
Were the phones dead?
Immediately, investigators canvassed the area and found surveillance cameras nearby, one of which captured Matthew's truck arriving at Leonie and Justin's address on January 26th, just 3 days before Matthew was reported missing. With these new alarming discoveries, Detective Turney knew the next logical step was to urgently speak with Matthew's friends, Justin Mata and Leonie Calzada, hoping they could shed some light on the situation. However, when they arrived at the couple's residence, they would quickly realize Matthew wasn't the only one missing.
That's crazy.
Oh, just you? Sure. Okay, look at it. Hey, come over. You going?
What I mean?
This is Leonie Calzada, the girlfriend
Wait.
of Matthew's close friend, Justin Mata, and someone detectives suspected might know exactly what happened to Matthew.
This is very, very important. We're looking for Matthew Miller. He's been missing for over 2 weeks. When's the last time he was here? A year ago.
They just said that the car was there 3 days before he went missing. What is she hiding? Is she the serial killer? Bro, no way, dude. No way.
He hasn't been here since then. What if I got a video of his vehicle? Okay. When's the last time you saw him? Yeah. Not a year ago. You think Justin would have when you weren't here? 17, that's a long time ago.
I'm confused. I thought he went missing. So her man went missing the 17th, but Matthew went missing the 26th. Something fishy is going on.
Yeah, what's his phone number? Email, Facebook? When's the last time you had any kind of communication with him? What I would like to do, alright, is look around your house for any kind of evidence of Matthew Miller, any kind of foul anything other than that.
According to Leonie, her boyfriend, Justin, had also mysteriously vanished, and she hadn't seen him
So I was right. He's been gone longer.
2 weeks before Matthew was even reported missing. But investigators knew something wasn't adding up.
That's what I said. I'm like,
she
what?
hadn't seen Matthew in nearly a year.
We're locked in,
Surveillance
guys.
footage clearly showed Matthew's truck outside her residence just days before he disappeared. With their suspicion mounting, detectives decided to search Leonie's home, hoping to uncover whether she might be hiding something. Or someone.
Did you notice anything strange that happened around here? Did you notice anything different around here? Like something was any kind of blood, needles, not needles or pills or anything like that?
Dude, linking together to rip Fent is crazy, bro. 2025, guys. Don't do drugs. And if you're on drugs, put down the drugs, man. Get the help you need. Bro, 2025, bro. Stick to the ganja, man. Stick to the... If you're going to do anything, smoke weed.
Okay. We only find one person who's dead in a truck per
But
year.
stay sober, man, honestly.
Despite their best efforts, investigators found no signs of foul play or violence. Still, Detective Turney couldn't shake the feeling that something was overlooked, so he returned to speak briefly with Leone, unaware she'd drop a crucial clue.
So she knows where he is?
As of the 17th,
Leone revealed that Justin had recently taken off with another woman named Jennifer.
I knew it, bro.
To Arizona to re-up on drugs and to make some
What?
money. With this new detail, Detective Turney now found himself investigating the disappearances of 3 different people. Matthew Miller, Justin Mutta, and now, potentially, Jennifer. Not yet aware just how closely connected these cases really were. So to move forward, Turney quickly looked into Jennifer and discovered she had recently been reported missing by her ex-husband,
In
Sean Lang.
2021?
That name sounded familiar to Detective Turney, because just days earlier, officers had responded to a disturbing call at 817 Cayman Avenue, the same property where the remains of a tortured puppy had been uncovered. And the tenants evicted from that very house, Sean and Jennifer Lannon. Finally, investigators were starting to connect the dots.
Dude, what
3
the?
people, all
Oh.
closely linked through
You think it was the
drugs
guy
and-
with the glasses? Yeah, you think it was this guy? I'm willing to bet it was this guy. He got them all gone. It has to be all connected. But he reported her missing, though.
and Jennifer
Let's see.
Lannon.
Let's see.
Finally, investigators were starting to connect the dots. 3 people, all closely linked through drugs and personal relationships, had vanished within days of each other. Detective Turney realized it was time to canvass the neighborhood surrounding Sean and Jennifer's former home, hoping a neighbor might have seen something suspicious or could offer the lead they desperately needed. That's when they found a neighbor whose security camera was pointed directly at Sean and Jennifer's old residence. What the investigators saw on the footage would finally bring
Yup.
some much-needed clarity.
Everything
to their
has
case.
everywhere has
Without this
cameras
neighbor's
nowadays,
Detectives
man.
might have hit another frustrating dead end, and it shows just how important reliable security can
Hell
be.
no.
Well, simply, hold the guard out and the flash doors taped in. The attack is panic, but I found my door. Any pirates, every camera plans.
Damn,
So
bro.
when you stop the scene and
Oh my gosh, man.
words, there's no safe like Simply Safe.
Bro. Long ass head, man.
On January
It was at the start of the
26th,
video, too. I
Matt was
tried
seen
to
entering Sean's
avoid it.
home,
My bad,
but
bro.
investigators never see him leave. Hours later, Sean is spotted on camera driving away in Matthew's truck, and when he returns, he's alone, on foot, and Matthew is nowhere to be
I
seen.
knew it, bro. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew
On
it.
January 28th, the same camera recorded someone loading household items into a red Dodge Dakota parked outside the residence and driving away.
Bro.
This CCTV footage marked a critical turning point for investigators. For the first
Oh,
time,
so they can find the third
detectives
truck.
had visual proof of Matthew at Jennifer and Sean's residence. With
Knew
a
it.
significant new lead, the next step was clear. Detective Turney needed to speak directly to Sean. Only his account could clarify
I
what
knew
happened
it.
that day and potentially reveal
Look at him, bro.
information.
You mean to tell, like, dude, I'm not trying to judge a book by its cover right now. But honestly, dude, like, come on, man. Look at this guy, man. He has something to do with it, bro.
Else about the missing trio.
Come on,
The
man.
next
He probably
morning,
found out
Detective
his wife
Turney
was
reached
cheating
out
on
to Sean
him.
and agreed to sit
Just
down for a
absolutely
full interview.
raged and
Whatever
crashed
Sean
out.
said next
And I
had the
get it.
potential to shift the direction of this case completely.
So, first
I
things
thought-
first, let's look into this local. Okay. Have you ever seen Matthew Miller get on the cover up? Was he over driving? Was his truck ever parked at your house? For more than like a day, overnight? Not sure. Have you ever driven a truck?
Oh, I mean, he's saying everything.
Couple weeks ago? So, again, when did you find out that they split and took off to Arizona and ran away together or whatever? It was 7 weeks ago. I came back that week. Did you have anything to do with Jennifer's disappearance, Matthew's disappearance? Do you think something bad happened to Matthew and Jennifer? And Jennifer drug of choice used to be.
Bro, drug of what came back with more fent pills? Dude, drug of choice heroin is crazy, man. It's 2025. You gotta stop doing drugs, man. Stop doing drugs, bro. Heroin and came back with fent pills.
She got pills. Yeah, I just got a real good country looking at those. You drunk? You don't seem. I didn't say about that minute. Has she ever done this before?
During the interview, Detective Turney notices something strange. Sean remains unnervingly calm, especially considering his ex-wife and the mother of his 3 young children has just vanished.
He hasn't got
Turney
shit,
begins to
man.
question whether Sean is simply a bystander caught up in a tragic situation, or if he knows more than he's letting on.
I mean, but at the same time, he could just be like tired of it all. Like if he knows that she was cheating at the same time, like he could just be tired. He could just be tired, man. Like where like she took off, she left me. you know, she was doing drugs for a while. Like maybe he's just tired. Maybe he was helping her for a while, and like he's just over it. I don't know.
The next day, Detective
It's crazy when
Trevor
you look
his
at it from that
answer as
perspective.
police received an unexpected call from a man named Josh Hall. Josh was an acquaintance of Matthew Miller and claimed he recently witnessed something that deeply concerned him, directly related to the strange disappearances. Investigators quickly arranged for a meeting with Josh, hoping his account would finally provide the breakthrough they were looking for.
What's going on with Matthew, man? Oh, that's our chick's cousin. Chris Michelle, man. So, that's all me. He saw man yesterday. Right. That Kelly's. Like Sean couldn't even talk to you. I guess he had to talk to you or something. He goes to Kelly's and it was smashed the back and concealing. Gone. After his wife's IDs, clothes, and everything just ashes to September. His hair.
No way, dude. And he fucking went to. I mean, W for him going to the cops, but I knew it, bro.
He's putting it off on everything. Yes, I don't know, man. Kelly's like my sister. I know all you know. I know what he did, man. I know what he did.
But he let her stash, or she let him stash the bag in his garage. Why though? At least he came out and said something. But why is she helping him?
She was cheating. He's a smart man.
I knew it, bro.
His wife missing. His wife's been missing since like the 23rd. Since last month, you know what I mean? She's been missing the same time as been missing. And after he left and everything, we'll talk to. And then I opened her IDs, some medical of hers, some clothes, and I don't know what she did with it. She went down. I had her with me the whole time. She was tripping. And then Danny Lemos took off with it. Danny was there too. Yeah, Danny Lemos took the gun. Took the shot. What vehicle was Danny walking? Okay. He was walking. I'm telling you, man, he said, man, that's how I tied everything together yesterday when he did that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't lost the three, man.
Josh claims that Sean arrived at the residence of a woman named
That's
Kelly
some crazy
DeSoto,
shit, man.
carrying a bag he carefully hid in the ceiling of her home before leaving to speak with detectives at the police station. After Sean left, Kelly discovered the hidden bag, removed a gun from inside, and handed it off to a man named Danny
Man,
Lemos,
hell no,
locally
bro.
known as Dog, who quickly took the weapon and left on foot. When Sean returned and realized the bag was missing, he became visibly agitated, smashing his phone on the ground before storming out. These troubling claims raised immediate suspicion around everyone involved, including two new persons of interest, Kelly DeSoto and Daniel Lemos, both closely associated with Sean and Jennifer based on Josh's
Damn, bro. This whole thing is tied together. I bet his homeboy tried to take this shit and run, bro. Try to hide it. Try to dispose. Because he's the picture they're using for him.
Attorney knew he urgently
He's in
needed to
jail.
verify Josh's account by speaking directly with Kelly, and more importantly, find out if she was hiding anything that could help connect the dots in this increasingly tangled case. When investigators first arrived at Kelly's house, she agreed to meet them at the station for an interview, but refused their offer of a ride, saying her boss would bring her in about 30 minutes. However, when the time came, Kelly never showed up at the police station.
No.
It was a major red flag, and it made investigators even more suspicious of her.
I knew it,
2
bro.
hours later, Detective Turney returned to her house, suspecting that Kelly might be stalling for time or trying to cover something up.
Detectives?
She hasn't gotten here yet. I texted my mother and she knew that I didn't have to go with you guys.
You don't have to.
What is it about? Can you tell me?
It's about the disappearance of Matthew Miller and Jennifer. Sean Minor.
Sean is not missing.
This time, Kelly's behavior was noticeably different. She
Yeah,
appeared
bro.
distraught, reluctant to cooperate.
Well, 'cause
and
she
quick
took-
to mention her lawyer.
Yeah, she took the
Detective
bag.
Turney felt certain that she was withholding crucial information and decided to press harder.
So Sean answered that.
It's been nice here. He came inside, he told me that he had to go down, but Jennifer missed me.
Did Sean find anything in the house that was really turned off?
Oh, yeah.
Did he destroy his phone?
Yeah, they read it back, but he just showed his phone.
Wow. Hey, she's cooperating though.
They had a gun.
Say yes, bro. She said no.
They had a gun.
No.
Oh, nah, bro. You might have just cooked yourself. No, you might have just cooked yourself, man. Bro, your son said everything, dude.
Jennifer's identification cards.
No.
Did they almost take the gun later?
No.
Do you think he did something to Jennifer in that one?
Come on, bro.
He
Why?
doesn't seem like that type of person.
Why is she being like
Lying
that?
to me about the bag and the gun and Jennifer's ID.
I don't know anything about. Like, he asked
That's
me,
bad.
where's my, yeah, I didn't see anything.
So you're forgetting where it's
I know.
the phone has to talk in your ship.
Because it was a murder. I don't know. That's just.
Where's she going?
After some more pressure, Kelly admitted she had several suspicious bags in her shed, supposedly belonging to Sean. Curious about the contents of the bags, detectives quickly followed Kelly to take a closer look.
Yeah. I can open a bus station and I can go his. I'm sure it's not. And that paint can is not his. That's his. That. What was the name of my official?
Objection? Really? She wrote a 6-foot thing from head to toe. And outside too.
Despite their best efforts, detectives found no clear signs of blood or evidence linking back to the missing people. It was a frustrating dead end, and the chances of finding them seemed increasingly slim. At this stage, investigators had narrowed down their focus to several individuals close to the missing trio, each with conflicting stories and questionable behavior that kept detectives on edge. But without hard evidence, options were increasingly running out. Desperate for a breakthrough, Detective Turney secured a search warrant for Sean and Jennifer's former home at 817 Kingman Avenue. Unsure exactly what or who they might encounter, officers cautiously approached the property, prepared for any potential threat.
Yep. It's only 2 officers. I would have thought it was gonna be like a whole SWAT team, bro. Considering the circumstances.
Yet again, investigators were too late. The house had already undergone extensive renovations, carpets removed, drywall stripped, any potential evidence completely erased.
That's crazy.
Unknown to investigators at the time, the critical evidence they desperately needed was sitting in an abandoned truck, miles away, just waiting to be discovered. For now, though, every possible lead was exhausted, and Detective Turney knew it was time for a more direct approach. So he called Sean once more, determined to extract something, anything, that could finally lead investigators
Why did you
to the
use that
missing
picture,
trio.
bro?
Hello? Hey, is it Sean?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Sean, this is Detective Turney. How you doing?
Good, how are you doing today?
Good, man. I've been trying to get a hold of your other number, and it's not working. So,
No, I apologize. Sorry.
so you know anything new?
No, I haven't heard anything.
Okay. Are you still around town?
Albuquerque.
No, we've made some progress here and there. I've got a bunch of pictures of different vehicles. I'd like you to take a look at, see if you could help me identify them.
Good time tomorrow. I wanted to come in and stuff I got to return to the school.
Okay. All right, just make sure the kids are taken care of, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
All right,
Thanks, sir.
We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.
Alright, man.
Sean
Come in.
sounded
You guys think he's gonna
cooperative
show
and
up?
willing to help, promising Detective Turney he would come in for questioning.
Need to
Yet,
tie these
Sean never
motherfucking
showed
braids,
up.
man.
The next
I
day,
knew it.
Turney even offered to personally pick Sean up and bring him to the station. But once again, Sean failed to appear. At this point, Turney felt certain Sean was deliberately stalling and knew they couldn't afford to waste any more time. He's done playing cat and mouse.
Had to go get him. Had to go get him.
With the CCTV footage and witness statements pointing directly at Sean and Danny as crucial figures, Detective Turney knew he needed to bring them in for questioning. So investigators dug deeper into both men's backgrounds, and that's when they hit the jackpot. Sean had an outstanding warrant for missing a court appearance related to a 2020 assault and battery charge. It was the break they needed. On February 25th, officers located Sean in Albuquerque and arrested him without incident, transporting him directly to the Grants Police Department for questioning. Detective Turney's goals for the interview were simple.
This nigga have
Determine
pizza?
exactly what Sean knew about the missing trio and find out where Danny Lemos had vanished after taking the alleged gun.
Let's go back to Matthew's truck.
Is he eating it too?
So it's
Oh, he's drinking the water.
back in there, and you're the last one that drove it, right? So go backward from when you drove it. Where did you go with it that day? Do you remember specifically?
The only place I ever traveled was West End McDonald's. I thought that was the last day we ever used it. And we got Smith's, we got water, food, water, that's it. Is there a tracker on the truck? My phone was always on, like, hold on. I'm not going into the mountains, I have children, I don't know how many bodies, like, I was a medic in the army, like, I have 3 kids.
Why did he say I don't have any bodies though? That's overly
You're capable of
suspicious.
doing something like this. I think you're very capable of defending yourself, though. An accident happens.
Ah, he's trying to twist his words, man. Psychology reacts, bro. We took forensic psychology, bro. He's trying to level with him, trying to get him to open up more, trying to lower his guard, man.
Like,
Let's see if it works.
Because sometimes speeds woman, literally no. The biggest fear in my house, when it feels to stay in the house, was having like go off, like, you know, kind of scares me for my life, but, you know, so.
Who told you to park it there?
So
Justin was there at the house.
he knows him?
They're all shooting on it. So,
Who's over there?
Jennifer, Justin, and Matthew. And he gets a boatload of calls from him. And they're like, we're gonna go to school. I mean, they don't like nothing. They show you take your kids. They leave the truck. And literally, I'm like, well, I need to go. Like, can I get some groceries or something? And literally, where are we doing the truck? He's like, I'm like, yeah, leave the push there. Like, no. I was like, yeah, it's fine. I just, no, I need to go to the dumpsters. I need to go $1 for water. You know. And so they told you in the house when you're done with it to focus on the other compartments. Matthew went to park it down the street. He said, no, I put it over there. Yeah, just leave it there. As the interview continued, Sean seemed to have an answer for everything.
Dude, yeah, he really thought about this, bro.
Claiming he only moved the truck at Matthew and Justin's request. He also appeared to casually downplay the entire incident, insisting the trio's disappearances were simply part of a drug-related business venture.
Bro, it's scary how calm he is,
But
man.
Detective
That's just
Turner
crazy.
was
This nigga really
defiant.
eating the pizza that they offered him, bro. This is
He
crazy.
knew Sean's explanation didn't match witness statements, and his earlier actions were too suspicious to ignore. But without solid proof, Turney couldn't directly refute Sean's story. So, to move
he had to let
forward,
him go?
Detective Turney changed tactics. He decided to deliberately introduce Danny Lemos into the conversation, offering Sean an easy scapegoat.
What?
If Sean took the bait, Turney might finally uncover what Sean was hiding, or at least gain insight into what really happened to the missing trio.
Did Danny kill him? I have no idea. I literally spent most of my time with the kitchen. If I had to guess who killed him, it would be the guy who said, if I got this was the bodies, I'm going to put him in my pig. And he showed me the pig one day because it was at his house. This is milkshake. I don't have any answers for Matthew. I don't know much about it. Talk to dog. If someone's going to move a body and put it somewhere, I guess the creepy dude that talks about pigs takes over with
Who is that?
would know that. Like, this dude's, I'm never scared of dogs, so
Oh, dog.
my kid's scared of dog. I'm scared of it.
It's
I'm
Danny?
afraid of it. I'm ashamed of it. But we didn't else. We didn't go anywhere. I definitely didn't leave my kids for 5 hours. Just as planned, the moment Danny Lemos' name came up, Sean seized the opportunity and implicated him, pointing to Danny's violent nature and even suggesting his ability to dispose of bodies using pigs. Beyond those accusations, however, Sean stuck to his story for the rest of the interview, denying any involvement in the disappearance. Without solid proof against him, detectives had no choice to
let
Oh,
end
him
their
go.
questioning. Still, Sean wasn't completely free.
Oh.
His outstanding warrant for failure to appear in court meant he'd spend the next 7 days in custody, and officers immediately transported him to the local jail.
Wow.
Investigators spent the following week interviewing acquaintances, re-examining evidence, and piecing together scattered leads. During their interview, one detail caught Detective Turney's attention: the mysterious red Ford truck that was spotted parked outside Sean's residence, later leaving with unknown contents loaded in the back. Investigators had not yet located this truck, and Turney strongly suspected it might hold something crucial to their case. For now, though, 3 people remained missing, and police narrowed their focus to 2 prime suspects: Sean Lannon, who was recorded on surveillance driving Matthew's truck and potentially connected to the missing red truck, and Danny Lemos, who allegedly received a handgun connected to Sean before disappearing himself. With each passing day, Turney grew more convinced that the missing trio had been murdered, and that their 2 prime suspects likely held the answers. But the window to find something conclusive was quickly closing, because on March 3rd, Sean completed his short jail sentence and was released back onto the streets.
Wow.
Instantly.
Bro, that's crazy.
Now facing the
Why does he
possibility
only have
of
to spend a
losing
week in
another prime
jail?
suspect, Detective Turney knew he had to act fast. All he needed was just one single lead, some hint of where the bodies might be hidden.
Oh, shit.
On March 5th, officers received a call from the security at Albuquerque Sunport Airport about an abandoned red Ford Ranger.
At the airport, bro. He thought this shit was a movie, man. Come on, bro. It's not 1995, baby. This ain't Goodfellas, bro. Come on, dude. You can't abandon cars at the fucking airport, dog. They have security now.
Surveillance footage gathered during the investigation, when officers found inside, would confirm the gruesome truth they'd been searching for.
They're gonna know when you abandon a car now. They used to spam that method, the mob back in the day.
It smells. Yeah, it smells then. Not like eating homes or anything, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh.
1:30, but he said he didn't want to send anybody out here. There's a pretty foul smell coming from the vehicle. Yeah, every so often. I don't know if you noticed. Yeah, I can't really tell what it was. I heard it sound like, I think it smelled like decomp body or something like that. I don't know. I can smell something, but I can't tell what it was. I just smelled it dirty, big deal. But yeah, I don't know. We'll check it. We'll know how good stuff, so.
In the back of the
That's
truck
tough, bro.
were were several sealed storage bins, emitting an unmistakable smell of decay. And inside were the dismembered bodies of Jennifer Lannon, Matthew Miller, and Justin Mata.
Gotta feel bad for all the
Shot
people
close
that
range
discovered
in
it,
the
man.
head. Jensen
That
had
smell
also
must be
suffered a gunshot
crazy.
wound to the head, along with severe blunt force injuries. And Matthew's body showed clear signs of massive head trauma, evidence he'd also been beaten to death. But the horrors didn't end there. Hidden beneath a tarp in the passenger seat was yet another
Bro,
body.
who is this guy?
The truck's owner. His body showed signs of severe blunt force trauma and a bloodied hammer found
Bro,
nearby.
so he just got caught in the crossfire, man. Bro, that's fucked up,
Was
man.
clearly the weapon used to kill him. Investigators found more disturbing evidence inside the truck. Multiple serrated knives, stained with dried blood, a handsaw, and several pairs of industrial gloves, all clearly pointing to a calculated, cold-blooded murder. It was still unclear to investigators why Randall had been murdered or how his death was connected to the other three, but they wouldn't have to wait long to find out. Detectives urgently turned to the Albuquerque airport surveillance cameras, knowing the truck hadn't driven itself there, and it didn't take long before they spotted exactly who they were looking for. On March 3rd, 2021, just 2 days before the gruesome discovery, the airport's cameras captured Sean Lannon driving the truck into the airport parking lot, exiting the vehicle, and leaving behind the bodies of his 4 victims. Finally, detectives found their killer. It was time to track Sean down and bring him in. On the same day the bodies were discovered, police urgently scrambled to track down Sean Lannon, but it was already too late. Sean had slipped out of Albuquerque and vanished.
I'm already knowing,
Immediately,
bro.
the U.S. Marshals issued a nationwide alert believing Sean posed an active threat and was possibly on a violent crime spree. Authorities across multiple states joined the manhunt to track him down before anyone else was harmed. Then, on March 9th, Detective Turney received a disturbing call. U.S. Marshals informed him that Sean Lannon was now wanted in connection to another murder, this one committed just a day earlier in New Jersey.
Bro, he's on a killing spree now? Dog, he's tweaking.
Authorities had linked Sean to the murder of Michael Debkowski through witness statements and surveillance footage that placed him directly at the scene. A quick
Bro.
background check also revealed the victim wasn't a random target. Debkowski was someone Sean had personally known for many years. It was an alarming detail that made it clear Sean's violent spree was far from over. Now, with 5 bodies discovered and a serial killer on the loose, police knew anyone in Sean Lennon's circle could be next, and they had to act fast.
Bro, he's
Authorities
tweaking.
urgently tracked Sean's movements, closely monitoring surveillance footage and cell phone data.
So, but they never interviewed the dog dude, is Danny dude? I mean, I want to see if they talk to
On the morning
him.
of March 10th, U.S. Marshals pinpointed Sean's location in St. Louis, Missouri.
Wow.
And they quickly moved in and captured him without incident.
That's crazy.
Sean Lannon was immediately extradited back to New Jersey, finally putting an end to his killing spree. By now, the evidence against Sean Lannon was overwhelming. Investigators had more than enough to charge him, but there were still critical questions that only Sean could answer. They still needed to understand exactly why he committed these horrific murders and determine whether he acted alone or if others helped him carry out and conceal evidence. When Detective Turney sat down face to face with Sean, he expected more lies and deception, but surprisingly, Sean didn't resist or deny anything. Instead, he resigned to his fate, openly admitting
Bro knew he was
he was
caught.
tired of running and knew his capture was inevitable. In his own words, he simply wanted it to be over. So, with nothing left to hide, Sean would give detectives exactly what they hoped for. A chilling, detailed account of the murders and the twisted reasons behind each one.
Bro, this shit's gonna be crazy.
She was already out with the was enough to take her life. So she wanted to make sure she wanted to, for sure. It's a relationship breathing. She was going to be putting out a step for stuff like repeating that emotionally charged statement of you killed the Garrison baby. So I had nothing to do.
Who is the Garrison baby?
Pistol on her head and pulled the trigger. Just like all. A second later, I was supposed to film the bed too. I put that pistol on my mouth. You know what?
With the blood in it, dude? and
Just
shit?
with the teeth. I said, crying out. I was like, alright now. Full shirt, because I see you put the right hands on him. And let's the grounds out again. I didn't trust her. Close the engine door. Let the kids know about it. Set them up the baby in the room. We have a vehicle. From 10 to 20 join the truck in the car.
Dude, what the
So pretty much
fuck?
the video. So storage bin. The sheets that were going to have bedding was in the bed of the bus. Stanley here I am. Trying to get some overtakes there. Containers. It's working.
Bro, the way that he's fucking recalling all of this, like, so nonchalantly is fucking insanity to me, bro. Like, he's telling this like it's, like, just a regular story from back in the day, man. Like, bro, you're psychotic, man.
Sticking on it. We're still functioning. And I was leaving on borrowed time at that point, so I need to get my kids summer stage with the coat. So continue with the pack on me. Oh, so me and Justin left that. He was responsible for drugging and different for kids. So every week, I came to the house. So I was in the laundry room, connected to the garage. Started killing him. Just before I killed him, he offered up my trade. His phone had pictures of Shawn Michael standing there naked.
Shawn Michael? Who is that?
The body of Matthew. No, whatever that is.
Dude. He doesn't even respect that dude. Why was he butt naked in his living room, dude? I knew it was weird that he was running off doing drugs. Like, why are you doing drugs with other couples, bro? That's weird as fuck.
My son Shawn.
No. Okay, no. That just made me pissed. Bro, that just fucking pissed me the fuck off. No, bro. Dude, what the? This low-key changes everything. Bro, this low-key changes everything. Nah, no way, man. No way you guys got me switching sides like this. What a plot twist, bro. What a plot twist, man. Bro, we gotta hear the reasoning out, dog. We gotta hear the reasoning out, man. This is crazy.
He's like, he's getting on the tree, he's like, that's the picture. I was like, oh, he took that picture. He just missed it in the picture. So, I said, there's, he was right over the Facebook channel behind her. He wanted to give a shot for it, just like, so I said, well, he find it in the vent. So I thought he was looking down the vent. And see it coming. So I shot him in the back of the head. I was about to catch him up. They told me, I had the sniper out at some point, a day or two later. Disgusted me. I was crushed. They never put the nurse in the bodies. There's so much blood. That's why I had to pull the floor behind her. I still remember this. The floor was pulled up in the kid's bedroom. At least my nerves were still early. The carpet got molded. I was asleep. My friend was outside the house, so it was hiding everything. For some reason, still there, but left. Took 2 hours for quite enough. If you're near Justin.
When you got Justin over there, was this shortly after? Like how long between the time that you got for did you shoot Justin?
It was at least a week. So
How did you get him to come over?
I was being as if I was chilling around with them.
Yeah. So you thought he was to be had.
Yeah. I also had pictures of Daniel Lemos and my son. Never got my hands up Daniel Lemos. I fully said it. Sorry, I said that.
Damn, he's coming out with it all, bro. Dude, hey, dude. Oh my gosh, I can't even say, like, bro, this is crazy. Like, this just changes everything, man. This just changes
I
everything.
didn't know before. Yes, sir.
Bro, wow. So is he really a serial killer?
If I did, it'd be in the box.
Wow.
The three of them, probably that kid comes over way under Matthew.
Dude, yeah, he really doesn't even fucking care about that guy.
He's actually like 12 years old. And I should put name on him too. So he's like, they're looking for money for anything. I'm like, I give you a $5. I like, this take like $40. It's like, all he needs is like a week, give me a ride to get some water. And I'm gonna start that up. So one of those times he came back, he didn't have listening. And that's when I shot him in the back of the head. I had one of his vehicles out, Greg. Something he brought me the box that put him in the back. And that was not the control, it's not much he did. That vehicle, so he should take the strap back, so sounds else for the box that needs $13. I guess I'll $150. He went out $300 once we got to his place. Range. About another $300 to all of the boxes. So I didn't have $300. So basically, I'm dropping back off. So came back to the barrel. The box was still done. Pulled in right there. We got the thing. I killed him in the front seat. In the driver's seat.
Oh,
Throughout his
stabbed him.
confession, Sean remained eerily composed.
That's
showing
mad
almost
crazy.
No emotions. Even more chilling is the fact that just hours after dismembering the bodies and brutally killing Randall, Sean was picked up by police on an unrelated warrant
This is when he ate the pizza, my nigga, bro. This dude was straight chilling in this interview.
and sat across from Detective Turney, coldly denying any involvement.
Yo, he's low-key a
Trunk full of
sociopath.
bodies was parked
Like, how is he that
blocks
calm?
away.
You know what I mean?
Tuesday, I took the grabbed the truck. And I went to do it. I don't know anybody. What did you do with the bodies? I was trying to renew stuff when he was going to get caught. I just want the kids back home. I took them to the airport the day before. And I positioned them. Just everything was the same. Secured the vehicle. That's not obvious. And then so I believe it was an Uber. Took me home. Right to the room. The next day before, I'm waiting on time. Again. So I did find the bodies. At the airport in the box.
Oh, so he knew, man.
And, last thing on the list was the man that made his job, my big brother.
Bro, this whole fucking video is nuts, man. Again, this changes everything, bro.
Big brother space sister or something. You too. Where the pictures back? You might give me pictures. So I check being. Yeah, give me pictures. It looks like. So, done for that. Do I got anything?
Bro.
I'll make it back to finish taking labels.
The last victim in Sean's killing spree was his former mentor, Michael Debkowski, a man Sean accused of him during childhood and believed still had photographs of that abuse. When Debkowski refused to hand over those photographs,
That's
Sean
nuts,
killed
bro.
him without hesitation. But just as detectives thought they heard everything from Sean, he would make one final shocking statement. There were even more bodies waiting to be found.
And so the other 11, you said started about 2.
11, bro? Nah, man. Nah. I don't know how much the whole, emotional things changes things anymore. 11 bodies, my nigga, bro? Like, dude. Here I am thinking you're, like, avenging people in your family, avenging yourself. I'm like, okay, like, it's still wrong, but, like, I can see it. You know what I mean? Like, I would never condone it or tell anybody to do it, but I can see it. You know what I mean? But 11 other bodies, my nigga? Nah, man.
2.5 years
Nah,
ago,
uh,
bro.
and you disarmed them from guns, and you said knives. Knives. Yeah. So I feel like almost like a big knife with a pistol off the pick. It's one like a big axe. It's like if you had to think back, like how many out of the 11 were shot and how many were stabbed. Like if you can elaborate on any of that. 2 were shot. 2. And then how many were stabbed? What's the rest of them about? The rest of them. So 9.
According to Sean, he killed at least 11 additional people, mostly drug dealers tied to Jennifer, and hidden their bodies in remote areas of Malpais National Park. Detectives approached these claims cautiously, knowing Sean was a skilled manipulator who mixed truths with calculated lies. Perhaps this was his last attempt to influence the outcome of his trial later on. But despite extensive searches, no additional bodies were ever discovered.
Oh, maybe they were right. Maybe he was just capping so he could try to get himself a better deal down the line.
Claims remained unverified. Detectives also investigated one of the key persons of interest directly implicated by Sean himself, Danny Lemos. He was located in Albuquerque and arrested by U.S. Marshals on March 25, 2021. Danny agreed to speak with Detective Kearney, firmly denying any involvement and expressing shock that Sean was even capable of these horrific crimes. He admitted taking the
Lying
big
ass
gun
nigga,
Sean
bro.
had hidden at Kelly's house, but claimed he had no idea it was tied to a murder and had quickly sold it afterwards. After exhaustive interviews and reviewing all available evidence, detectives eventually cleared Danny, along with all other potential suspects.
Damn.
Ultimately concluding Sean acted entirely alone.
That's
In
crazy,
October
bro.
2022, Sean pleaded guilty to the first-degree murder of Michael Debkowski in New Jersey. He was sentenced to 35
Only
years in
that?
prison. And in May 2024,
Oh, okay.
he pleaded guilty to killing Jennifer Lannon, Justin Mata, Matthew Miller, and Randall Apostolone, receiving 4 consecutive 15-year sentences.
See,
As part of his plea
95.
agreement, Sean will serve his sentence in New Jersey first, then return to New Mexico to serve an additional 60 years behind bars.
Hey, man, that's gonna do it for this video, bro. You guys already know, man. That was an interesting ass fucking body cam. Shout out Dr. Insanity for putting that together, man. That's why I rock with his body cams the most, because you already know he puts it together in such a professional way. You already know, man. If you guys like this kind of content, bro, spam it up in the comments, man. If you have any videos that you want me to react to, leave it in the comments as well, bro. Hey, man, 80 subscribers, bro. I appreciate you guys. Road to 100 is real. Let's keep grinding. Let's keep growing. Posting every day. Most consistent reactor on the tube. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And as always, man, I'll see you guys in the next video, bro. Let's go. That was a good one, bro. That was a good one.